My entire cart, it's like about a 3-foot cart, and it's made of metal. The whole thing shook. So I thought I had hit something. I thought I hit maybe a pallet jack piece or some debris on the ground. And then I asked a few other coworkers, like, did y'all just feel that? And everybody was like, yeah, man, that was hard. That was like hard rumbling thunder. We don't know what it was. So 2 o'clock rolls around. We go out on break. Mind you, it's very dark outside, but we have a perfect view of the bridge in the videos and photos I sent you, or the video and photos I sent you. You can see, like, you can see the bridge even though it's dark out. My coworker goes, Jay, look, the bridge collapsed. And I was like, you're lying. Stop playing with me. He goes, no, go look. I still am kind of in shock. Like, it's it's just unfortunate that it happened too, because everybody was telling us that a cargo ship hit the support beams, and we couldn't even see a ship. Like, we didn't see anything in the water. All we seen was the debris of the bridge and the support beams. So we had no idea.
So at approximately 0140 hours this morning, our 911 center dispatched a call to the Baltimore City Fire Department for reportable water rescue in the Patapsco River in the area of the Key Bridge. As units were responding, they began to receive numerous calls indicating multiple people in the water. At some point during that chain of events of calls, we began to receive indications that a ship may have struck the Key Bridge. We got further information through multiple calls that the Key Bridge, portions of the Key Bridge had actually collapsed. At about 0150 hours, our first unit arrived on scene and reported a complete collapse of the Key Bridge. We were also given information at that time that there were likely multiple people on the bridge at the time of the collapse, and that as a result, multiple people were in the water. We were able to remove 2 people from the water. One individual refused service and refused transport. Essentially, that person was not injured. However, there was another individual that's been transported to a local trauma center that is in very serious condition. At this time, we have multiple air assets from the Maryland State Police, as well as the Baltimore Police Department, as well as multiple marine assets from around the region, including Baltimore City, Anne Arundel County, Baltimore County, as well as multiple local and state police agencies, National Resources Police, BPD Special Ops Unit is in here, Maryland State Police is here. We have multiple resources.
Well, this is a tragedy that you can never imagine, right? And I was awake when Chief Wallace called me, but never would you think that you would physically see the Key Bridge tumble down like that. It looked like something out of an action movie. And you just think about, most importantly, and which is what we all should be thinking about right now, nothing but those families and people that are impacted, and those people who are risking their lives right now, from not just Baltimore City and Baltimore County, but all over this state.
It's extremely unusual to have a bridge collapse caused by a ship impact. We do get instances of ship impact on piers, but normally piers are designed to accommodate a certain level of impact from ships and from shipping that's expected in that area. This is the first major collapse due to a ship impact for about 40 or 50 years, and it is a surprise to see the images that we all saw this morning. It's likely that significant investigation will need to take place on what remains. Rebuilding will take a long time, and it is likely that new foundations and entirely new structure will be needed as a replacement for the Key Bridge. The construction period is probably around 18 months to 2 years, but prior to that, there will be a design period that requires a large team of structural engineers, designers, and construction operatives to plan how that bridge is going to get built. So we are talking a number of years before a replacement span is in place.
We are still very much in an active search and rescue posture at this point, and we will continue to be for some time. We have a large area that we have to search. This includes on the surface of the water, subsurface, as well as on the deck of the ship itself. We believe at this point we may be looking for upwards of 7 individuals. That's the latest information we have. However, what I will say is the information that I'm giving you right now is as of right now. That's what we know right now. This is a very large incident. It involves a very large footprint. Multiple agencies are operating, therefore information is subject to change as we get more intel and as our crews work through the morning. Over the next 8 to 12 hours, you can expect to continue to see our air and maritime assets functioning out on the water and in the air above. We need to do damage assessment of the ship itself before we can board that ship. And we need to continue our subsurface search, which is including different types of sonar. We have side scan sonar, we have other sonar capabilities here. We have underwater UAVs that we're working with. And throughout the night, we've also been working with infrared technology, both from the air and on the water surface. So I'm going to wrap up here with just saying this continues to be a search and rescue operation. It continues to be a very dynamic operation with multiple local, state, and federal resources involved.
And our response teams are doing everything in our power to rescue and recover the victims of this collapse, literally as we speak. People who, as we speak, are out there are divers, are air assets, people who right now are working to save lives and are doing it because the state asked. And we will update the public as the work continues. We are still investigating what happened, but we are quickly gathering details. The preliminary investigation points to an accident. We haven't seen any credible evidence of a terrorist attack. Our administration is working closely with leaders from all levels of government and society to respond to this crisis, and not but just by addressing the immediate aftermath, but also by building a state that is more resilient and a state that's more safe. That is our pledge, and that's our commitment, and we're going to keep that commitment.